You know what is strange? We analyze boomers. We debate millennials. We study Gen Z like a live experiment. But one generation sits in the middle, mostly unmentioned. Generation X, born roughly between 1965 and 1980. They are the coworker who stays calm in chaos. The parent who does not overshare. The people who helped build the digital world, then chose not to narrate every moment inside it. And here is what almost nobody says out loud. Generation X may be the most misunderstood generation alive. Picture this. It is 1978. You are 8 years old. You get home, unlock the door, and walk into a silent house. No smartphone, no location sharing, no camera at the front door. You make a snack. You do your homework alone. You wait. By the mid-1980s, millions of kids were regularly unsupervised after school. That was not rare. That was normal. And normal taught them one lesson early. You cannot always count on someone to be there. It did not just create independence. It built consequence awareness. If you messed up, consequences came fast. No long emotional debrief, no soft landing. Action, then outcome. So many Gen X adults still think 3 steps ahead. They learned early that small choices can become big problems very quickly. Then came another fracture. Trust. They were told life would be stable if they worked hard and followed the rules. Then they watched those rules change. They saw divorces rise. They saw loyal workers get laid off. They saw institutions promise security, then fail to deliver it. So, what looks like cynicism is often pattern recognition. What sounds like pessimism is often preparation. They do not expect disaster every day. They just do not assume safety. That emotional armor sounds like this. Hope for the best. Prepare for the fall. People also ask why Gen X seems quieter online. It is not because they do not understand technology. They helped shape modern technology. The reason is psychological. They grew up when privacy was the default. If you embarrassed yourself, a few people might know. Then life moved on. No screenshots, no permanent feed, no viral archive. So for many Gen Xers, exposure does not feel freeing. It feels risky. In their world, less visibility meant more safety. They also turned humor, especially irony, into protection. They grew up under Cold War tension and nuclear fear. Adults often sent mixed signals. Everything could collapse. Also, do not panic. When you grow up inside contradiction, you learn emotional distance. You joke first. You stay cool. You keep one layer between yourself and fear. Now look at work. Generation X does not usually perform hustle. They simply do the work. Many started early. Paper routes before sunrise. Bagging groceries. Fast food counters. Counting change by hand when systems failed. Those jobs were not branding. They were responsibility training. Then they watched adults get punished for company loyalty. So, they adapted. They do not trust institutions blindly. They trust competence. If layoffs happen, they want to be the person nobody can replace. There is a paradox at the center of Gen X psychology. They are deeply self-reliant and quietly collaborative. They might not ask for help, but if you need help, they show up. No speech, no post, no performance, just action. That came from childhood necessity. When adults were missing, peer bonds became real support systems. Their relationship with authority is also specific. They respect earned skill, not titles. If a leader is competent and accountable, they commit fully. If a leader hides behind status without substance, trust disappears fast. Why? Because they grew up watching institutional failure in real time. Economically, they were hit more than once. Some entered adulthood during recession. Younger Gen Xers faced the dot-com collapse. Many were in mid-career when the financial crash of 2008 hit. Repeated instability created practical habits, multiple income streams, side work, skill stacking, financial caution. Not because everyone wanted to be an entrepreneur, because they learned that permanence is fragile. There is a cost to this strength. Many Gen Xers are excellent in crisis, calm, capable, resourceful, but asking for support can feel like defeat, so they carry stress privately and power through too long. Competence protects them. Sometimes it isolates them. They also came of age before instant search. Information had friction. You had to go find it. Library catalogs, shelf hunting, cross-checking. When knowledge costs effort, it tends to stay with you. They learned hands-on problem-solving the same way. Bike chain slips, loose wire, broken remote. You opened it, tested it, and figured it out. That built a specific belief. Most problems can be solved with patience and persistence. Now, many of them are raising kids in the opposite world. More supervision, more structure, more visibility. So they gave their children what they did not have, presence. But some still worry about the trade-off. Did protection reduce resilience? Did constant exposure reduce privacy? Did convenience weaken problem-solving habits? Because to Gen X, visibility still feels like vulnerability. Generation X is not better than other generations, just differently shaped. They were raised in the gap between two worlds, the analog world fading out and the digital world coming alive. They are a bridge generation. And bridges rarely get applause. They hold weight quietly, every day, expecting nothing in return. Maybe that is the most Gen X trait of all, doing the work without needing to be seen. If this resonated, subscribe for more deep dives like this.